Hello everyone, Chris here, and today I have a really fun game to show you. Now, in my last video where I gave some tips on how to play killer, I mentioned the thing about bully squads and kinda made a short tip on how to deal with them. Well, not long after posting that video, I did meet a bully squad. Now, this was not your usual bully squad per se, but at the same time, it's still the exact same playstyle, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just make a longer video talking about it some more. So this video will be a bit different because I will kind of just make a commentary on my own gameplay as this game was played off stream. So I'll just show the entire game and just share with you all my thoughts going through my head as I play the match, the reasons for the thing I did, and give you some tips along the way. So let's just get right into the game. Already in the lobby, it's pretty clear what you are about to head into, and I don't blame the killers who choose to leave a lobby like this, but as I said in my last video, I love meeting bully squads, so I was actually looking forward to this. Well, holy damn, okay, this is already interesting. Now, if you're up against a bully squad, the first thing you should do is to try to figure out what kind of bully squad this is. Is it a sabo squad using perks like bowlover, flip-flop, breakout, and saboteur? Is it a head-on squad, a flashlight squad? Well, right this instant, I knew exactly what this is. Seeing as 3 of them have no matter, and the Nia had a toolbox, I can only imagine that whites are here to keep me occupied, while Nia will do the gens. I know they have 3 flashlights, and I know slugging them is pointless, so that's the mindset I have now going forward. And here comes the flashlights. So I downed this white, but there's no point in me picking him up as we know we have 2 survivors with flashlights nearby. So I downed the other white. Now I already know that the last white is a bit behind me, so I know it's safe to pick up this one. I'm always trying to orient myself to where the survivors are to know when to pick up or not. Now this Nia did a mistake and I downed her pretty quickly. All 3 of the Dwights are behind me, so I know it's safe to pick her up. And now comes the body blocks, and right now it's just getting ridiculous. She wiggles free, but as she doesn't have a flashlight, I can freely pick up one of the Dwights and hook them. I get a bit disoriented, which gives the other 2 Dwights time to pick themselves up. And then we have ourselves a little light show. But Dwight goes down. And down another Dwight go. And now is again a time to orient myself to see where the last white is, to see if I can safely pick up this one. The other no-minded white tried to body block the no-minded white I was reeling in. Oh boy. By the time I orient myself, the Dwight is already under a pallet, so that's a no-go. And here's my first tip. When you suspect there are some survivors nearby when picking someone up next to a pallet, just walk to the survivor, then stand still and listen for footsteps. If there are survivors nearby, more than often you will hear their footsteps when you stand still. If you do hear footsteps as you are picking them up, then click the attack button as soon as your pickup animation is finished so you launch yourself forward a bit. I couldn't hear any footsteps here, but I would never pick this one up under the pallet anyway. But lucky there was another Dwight hiding ready to use his flashlight, and I could safely pick him up facing the wall. I had no idea which Dwights I had hooked previously, so this one turned out to be dead already. Meaning we only had 3 people left in the game, which of 2 of them had flashlights. At this point, this was kind of a lost game for them, but there is a but, and here comes my next tip. Don't get triggered. The moment you start slashing someone on the hook, you have lost the game, in my opinion. Bullet squads doesn't necessarily play to win, they play to get a reaction out of you. As soon as you slash them on the hook, I bet you there are someone on the other side that are laughing at you. I advise doing the opposite. Continue playing like normal, don't respond in any other way than playing like you normally would, and the members of the bullet squad will just be left with an anticlimactic match that gave them absolutely nothing. I didn't make any sort of response during the entire game to their bullet attempt. I played normally and I played just as I would have in any other game. The survivors have been unhooking each other straight away, so I knew the other Dwight was nearby, and I was right. Yeah. Look away, people. Look away. This happens to the best of us. As you can see, I never leave anyone slugged on the floor when I can safely pick them up. Now, not everyone might agree on this, but in my opinion, when you're up against a bullet squad, I would advise to try and hook a survivor when you can. I know bullet squads are all about denying the hooks, but when you see an opening, I would rather hook the survivor than keep slugging them, as in my experience, having 1 survivor on the hook means there are only 3 survivors to care about, and it's much easier to pick up a down survivor with 2 survivors with flashlights around than 3. Also, someone needs to go for the unhook, so if you're effective and get another down quickly, that's how you get the snowball running and will eventually win the game. I have to admit though, that they were very unlucky with the map, as this is such a small map. I would have guessed this would go completely different on a larger map like, for example, Annie McMillan map. Nia probably should have stayed far away as well doing the gens, while the Dwights tried to keep my attention. So, to summarize a bit, to beat a bullet squad, you have to do a few simple steps. 1. Identify the bullet squad, meaning what did they bring into the match, and which perks are shown to be in play. 2. Play around the bullet squad. 3. Play like normal as you would do in any other game. You just have to play a bit more safe with picking up the survivors. 4. Don't get triggered. Don't give them the satisfaction, as that's probably their goal of the match. 5. Hook survivors when you can and you will eventually win. So in the end, kudos to the survivors who tried something different. I always think it's fun going up against groups like this, and at the end of the game, there were no hard feelings from any side. Exactly how it should be. GG's to the survivors, unlucky map, and good luck to us all in the next game.